Welcome everybody. We are back with the second season of our podcast series as it's already 2021 and this is the first episode of probably or hopefully a lot of other podcasts this year, and I don't really like to talk that much about it because we sort of summarize this in our last podcast, which was the last podcast of the first season. So actually, the topic of today gonna be very exciting and very futuristic, also important. We'd like to talk about a little bit of smart homes and also how smart homes work, and actually the importance of smart homes in the future and our opinions on smart homes. And as usual, Patrick is with me.
Yes, hey back guys. I believe you have just said every single detail what we should have done, what we should have said. So I believe we should start the podcast as well with this great topic. So, what do you think about this phenomena like smart housing and this future of this kind of accommodation?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fascinated with this topic uh, because of the technological advancement we reached with smart homes. And so my personal feelings towards smart homes is a huge excitement. Um, and I see huge potential in smart homes. I think they can be actually practical. However, it's important to mention how there is still ongoing problems with smart homes, and not just technological boundaries, but a lot of other problems. If we think about the production of smart devices, it's very expensive. It's not really environmentally friendly and stuff. So I'm not, of course, blind about smart homes. I totally see the problems of them, which we will cover, of course, in a bigger scale as well. Uh, but generally, I believe it's a good concept and there is huge potential in it. Um, yeah. What about you?
I feel the same way actually. So I can see both sides of this future thing, and of course, it will be really exciting to see where this new development will actually take us. Of course, and of course, in the future, in the long term future, I believe this definitely will be like beneficial for humans, of course, but we will cover it later, as you've said. So I believe we should just start to.
Uh, yeah. I think let's just start with actually talking about the basics of smart homes, how these work. Um,
Yeah, like an introduction part. Yeah.
yeah, because it's pretty important to see. So smart homes are of course made up of smart devices, which under we do not just mean our computer, our smart home. We mean our refrigerator, our oven, lamps, all the technological devices in a house, which are smart in some way. And in this case, smart means above from functional additions. Uh, so above there, the general meaning of smart is the integration of AI and the integration of connection between the devices. The possibility to connect to the internet and talk to your phone or your computer, depends on which you prefer better. Um, and so the fact is that all the devices connect to one center device, or maybe more than one, but like to center devices, uh, which can which by we can control our whole home. um, just to make it a little bit even clearer, if we think about our lamp, uh, you know, you've got experiences with um, forgetting to turn the lights off. It's very usual. Uh, and with smart home, we could just see this situation in our home that the lamp is still on, and we could just turn it off remotely even if we are not home, because of the connection between our phone and the lamp. And all this is true for refrigerator, for oven, for all the technological devices that you can control it with the device. And all
Yeah.
those together, uh, and all those together have, I would say, several brains which are connected to one brain. Um, yeah, and mostly, this is what a smartphone home means. Of course, scientifically speaking, it's way more complicated than this. But what an average user should understand about smart homes is technically just this: that everything is connected to your device, and you can control everything by your device. This is the main factor, and this is what the key in smart homes. And of course, the integration of AI. I think we will mention that a lot. If you don't know, AI is artificial intelligence, um, which is really important in these devices because they can learn our habits, which is not the creepy way learning, but the way that they can make themselves to be more energy efficient, because of the AI learns how we use the specific device. Um, and of course, that's not just true for energy, but even for more.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Would you like to add anything to this? Like, what is the smart home technically?
Yeah. Like, I don't think so. Unfortunately, there were some like issues because yeah. We will talk about this later. What just happened? But yeah, I believe you just said every single detail. What I just wanted to add as well. So of course, I believe you mentioned that what the basics of smart homes and what's this like technology like. So it's like a decentralized system, of course. All the things that could be like run like by electricity, these are like connected into one system. And of course, your remote control is your phone, so you have like the ability to take control over your house with your smartphone. So yeah, this is like the basic explanation, I believe. So yeah, of course, and AI will like play a huge role, of course, in it. Yeah, I believe you have covered every single detail.
Uh, yeah. Uh, then I think, um, to just see how close we are, it's very important to talk about how smart homes and smart devices are totally here. Like, in they're not starting to be they not start to be in existence. They are actually on market. A lot of smart devices are on market, and not this year, but like um, it started back in 2017, 2018, when it really got popular. If we just think of Apple Home or Google Home, or Amazon's Alexa, uh, yeah, these are maybe the biggest ones, which are used in smart homes. Um, And actually it's really exciting how we are totally in this era. Of course, it's mostly available for rich people as for now, because these type of smart devices are very very expensive, and not the homes themselves though. Like the Google Home cost uh, doesn't cost so much money. It's way more expensive than the devices you buy, like the oven, the fridge, the whatever. So those devices are way more expensive than your Google Home or your Apple Home. And so these devices are already on market. They are under development constantly. Uh, if we just think of CES 2021, it was just around a week ago, and a lot of a thousand of smart devices has been announced from a lot of brands such as LG, Samsung. Uh, these are the two words came into my mind. Um, and a lot of smart devices has been announced, which is really really great. That's because that shows the market is increasing, and it's really exciting to see that the market actually has the needs of smart homes. Um, and what I meant by all this is just when we're talking about smart homes, we have to understand how we're not talking about completely the future. We're talking about the future and the present at the same time.
Yeah, definitely 100% true. Because you just need to be like clear about the fact that you're using your smartphone right now, for instance, or you have like maybe a smart oven, uh, coffee machine, of course, and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely in the corner.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's really exciting. But my first maybe warming up question to you would be: so right now, if you've got the possibility, and we're not talking about money, uh, so not we don't consider money. Right now, if you could buy a house, and if you have the possibility to make it smart with all the devices, would you? Like, would you take the risks of that these smartphones are just starting to be there and they are not that developed yet, and we don't know that much about because of the low market or like the increasing low market. Um, so, would you risk maybe privacy issues to just right now jump into a smart home, like living in a smart home at this moment?
Yeah. So well, my question would be just like my answer would be like quite like I need to emphasize this more.
Of course.
So yeah, for the answer for the question is definitely yes, but the circumstances right now does matter, of course, because right now we don't have like that huge market of smart homes as you have mentioned. Of course, thanks to this fact, um, if there's like a wrong wire or there's a huge thunder around the home and it gets struck by a lightning maybe, or there's something in the wall which can actually make the wires like gone, and like the system I don't know like clear whether the system could be hacked easily or not, but if it could be hacked easily, that would be a huge con, like against the statement, of course. And we have to, you've mentioned that we don't talking about like the money right now, but money I believe, does not matter until you buy the house. Like after you have bought the house, that's the time when money comes in and plays a huge, a crucial role, of course, because um, most of these devices and the whole system is quite valuable and it's quite precious and it's expensive, which means that if anything goes wrong, then you have to, because your home wouldn't be able to work as before. And of course the convenience and like this comfortable sense of this phenomena would be gone, and the house wouldn't be like counted as like a smart home anymore. So it would be like a simple home, which actually cannot work because you won't be able to use the fridge, you won't be able to use the oven or the or your bathroom, living room, TVs, yeah, things like that, of course. So, but the answer is still yes, because I'm aware of the fact that there are some areas where there's like the environment as well is quite smart. For instance, smart cities like the city in India, which is called uh, help me up with this, please.
You mean
It starts with
Dolera?
yeah. It starts with a D. Yeah. So yeah, that one city. So I definitely would go move into that city and buy a smart house there because um, I have the possibility to get help instantly when something goes wrong, of course. So yeah, it depends on several things, but the answer would be yes. And what about you, of course?
Um, One thing to add, by the way, Dolero is under construction, so you cannot really move there yet. Um, like they haven't finished it yet. Um,
All right, so the answer is I wouldn't.
yeah. So I just wanted to clear this up. Um, so you've got a really strong point there that if we got the possibility to get a smart home right now, then we do not really have like services which can provide us to easily fix a sort of device which we have, which is which can be a problem because smart devices are not anymore those devices which you can repair at home. Like no way. Do not even touch it because you definitely will suck it up because they have that complex of system. Um, and and this is an issue. This is an issue as per now, especially because there are just a very few mechanics out there who can actually help with you in this situation. Um, However, uh, if we really don't see money, then I would um, buy a smart home for two main reasons though. First is the personal one. I'm a big tech nerd. I love everything that technology, and I love seeing the technological development, and so I love experiencing the technological development. I'm really excited about where we are going with this. Um, and second, uh, the help that it can provide to the environment. And even though I know it's a very debatable topic, because some people say it's better for the environment, some people say it's not, as technically your energy usage is less, but the energy usage of production is higher. So it's a very polarizing topic if it's really environmentally friendly or not. However, I believe if we're talking about the long run, it can be totally environmentally friendly, at least more than our current homes. Um, and for those two reasons, I would definitely move in. Um, and I will gladly just catch up with everything we've got with the smart home. And if something goes wrong, um, I, I think even if it's hard and also expensive, uh, you can find someone to help you. Of course, it won't be the first guy you call, definitely not even the second, but you can. And so, after talking about this part, it's really cool. Of course, smart homes have a sort of appealing feeling for two reasons mainly. I think the first is this convenience. That's for sure. I think that's no need to be explained. Smart home is even way more convenient. And some people may argue that it's uselessly convenient, which I think we will talk about later on. Um, but the other point, I think, why smart homes are so appealing, and why both of us said yes to having a smart home, is it seems to be a real sci-fi. I mean, I mean, the videos you see about smart homes, they actually look like sci-fi. It's like when Iron Man got into his laboratorium and talks to Jarvis, and then Jarvis does what Iron Man do, and this is technically what's happening with Google Home. Of course, we not building an armor, but everyday life. Uh, so I think it's very appealing from the point of view as we always saw these in movies, and now it's not just movies. Now it's reality, and it's subconsciously there in you.
Yeah, I can agree with you 200%. Of course, um, besides this sci-fi thingy, we have to mention the cost of living, because of course, applying this technology to into your home is like quite a few bucks. So it's tens of thousands of dollars, definitely. And but after after you have applied this whole system into your house, you can actually save a ton of money, because you don't have to pay um, for fossil fuels no more. For instance, you don't have to pay for gas. You don't have to pay for water, because it is generated by the electricity under your house, if I'm not mistaken. There's a technology like that. Of course, there are several types of homes, but I'm trying to concentrate on on that specific one, which actually contains nothing but electricity, and with just that one kind of energy, you can actually run a whole hold. So yeah, this is the one that I'm trying to talk about. So uh, and of course, I've mentioned water supply. I've mentioned the uh, I don't know how you actually um, explain this. Like when you want your house to get like heated, warm, like this
Uh, uh,
warming. I don't know. It's kind of one kind of system, but it's like
Temperature controlling system,
yeah, maybe,
we
yeah.
can
We
say.
should, yeah, we can say that. So yeah. And of course, you don't need to pay for these as well, just for electricity.
Yeah, or maybe what if we're talking about even more advanced houses, then there is the possibility to have a solar panel on the top of your
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you technically don't pay for electricity either. Of course,
And of course, in the long run, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and also we have to highlight it's very different country by country, because there are
Yes,
different paying systems in case of solar panels. Um,
yes.
as it's
Yeah, the cost of living. Yeah,
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 yeah, and also like in case of solar panels, there is this ongoing problem that at summer it over generates and at winter it low generates, so it can be very uh, uh, governments can handle this differently um, in all country, how they try to balance out this problem. However, let's just stick with that. You can have free electricity and then you've nearly got everything. um, by the way, I personally didn't hear about the water system you were mentioning. Uh,
yeah. That can be solved as well. I believe so.
yeah.
I just read here. This is in front of me
Oh,
on
I think.
Investopedia. So if you're interested, you can see it for yourself. Everybody, I'm trying to like just to be clear about this. And of course, we should mention one more thing because there is something as well, which is a huge pro for this smart homing system, which is uh, um, you can actually can get notifications as well, what you're up to with your house. So it's like whether you need to change like the oven because it's like getting older and it could actually danger your well-being inside of the house, or you definitely can see like you can control the temperature out of your house as well, so you don't have to be at home to turn the heating on or something like that. So it's definitely a good point as well. These are just like simple examples, but of course we can go further with like your car, which right now we should call it Tesla because this is like the most famous one when it comes down. Your car actually can send a signal about the electricity level and all the levels that you should be aware of your house. So like every single like there are yeah, I don't know this word neither because this topic is just measurements in like electricity that you use,
Oh yeah, that
like
were yeah.
yeah, yeah, a unit of measurements like you should help me out, man, because I'm just like ampere amp maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, these things. Yeah, these levels. The like the amp level of the house is shown by your car because it sends you a signal, or just like, of course, the house can send this signal to your actually to your phone as well. But like via your car is on the charger inside of your garage, of course. Then you can actually have your car as an assistant at home, which actually gives you every single detail about the house, like these levels, like amp and I don't know if it's in English, like what.
I think it is.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice then.
It's
Yeah, that's what I meant.
yeah. So technically, you can get notifications about the energy usage of your house that is ongoing at a
Yeah,
permanent
simply.
moment.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's important to mention all those new constructional technologies which are not necessarily smart homes, but maybe a lot of smart homes well integrated, such as like a new heating system, which is based on electricity, which you mentioned, uh, and these systems, I would say it works like refrigerators. Uh, the walls are embedded refrigerators have these pipes which can actually heat up the room by the same way as a refrigerator cools down your food. And the good thing in this is that it can do a constant temperature which means it uses less, as of course it's easier to keep energy than to increase it. And same with temperature. And this type of technology gonna be really good, as actually um, you can actually control that. Now I want 20 Celsius degrees. Now I want 22, but maybe I want 19 Celsius degrees, and my home will just stay at that level, and that's pretty cool. Uh, for both the environment, as you will use less energy, you won't use gas, you won't use um, any types of harmful gases to the environment, and on top of all that, uh, you actually have a way more balanced system for heating your home. And then you don't have to pay for air conditioning. You don't have to pay for, like, you don't need a separate air conditioner and also heating system, because you can just cool down your house if you feel like. And by the way,
Yes.
air conditioners are very, very harmful for the environment, so it's a really good way. And all these things, even though these are not technically smart, these will adjust to the smart homes, and these will connect to the brains too. And this system uh, will be will possibly be a thing that you can control on your smartphone. Uh, I mean, smartphone. Yeah, and and these are just the current technologies, which really fascinates me. That these are just the current technologies we're talking about. These are things that houses already implemented in them and use them for a way. Um,
And of course, in the future, there will be so much more.
yes, 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 indeed, and it just not. It's it's gonna be uh so it's gonna be um
Unbelievable, you mean,
yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that?
that's maybe the best word for that. However, I think from that we should also talk about, um even though these are really good developments, these are really good possibilities that the smart home can actually provide you. But I think it's still a big question if if we need smart homes. Like, do you need this amount of convenience, uh, or also, um, will it be an important thing in smart cities? Because we shouldn't forget about the fact that if we're talking about smart homes later on, if they are in a smart city, they will connect to a smart city as well. Uh, and so the question is not just about if smart homes are actually needed, but also the question uh, is smart homes needed in a smart city? Like, both of them are questions, and I'm interested in your opinion.
I don't know, mate. I think it's not for me because I don't know like the connection, like the sense between the two, or whether there's like an Easter egg that can ruin the whole idea of my answer, which is gonna be, I believe, yes, there must be some connection between two smart things, as usual. Like we see it like between like an oven and a fridge. We definitely should. I just like as like talking like try to pick my brain, because I'm trying to like say that there should be a connection between two like smart things every single time. It doesn't matter whether it's like an oven and a fridge, or it's a city and a home. Because I believe in order to connect something on one system, which is like the idea of smart cities as well, then you definitely need something on a smaller basis which connects every signal into one device as well. Because in order to connect things into a huge system, it would be easier to pick like one system at a time per house, and not just like connect every single smart system into the huge system. I mean, into the city's system, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, of course, and it makes sense.
So this is what I'm trying to like elaborate here. In
Yeah,
order to make it easier and like simply, we definitely, yeah, we should we should just like connect houses into the city's system, and not every single fridge, every single televisions, every single like other smart things in your house, every other smart appliances in your house into the huge system. And of course, I would like to add something else. On the other hand, it would definitely be more beneficial for these simple little appliances like a television to communicate with each other into a huge system and not separated into smaller bases into that huge system. So it's like it would be the communication would be faster, like and of course more convenient, and of course it would be like more valuable, beneficial for those ones who live in those cities to get their machines like talking to each other um, in that specific huge system of the city. You know, you know what I mean, yeah.
yeah, yeah, of course. And now, just this is more like an opinion-based question, towards you, that uh also, so I've already sort of mentioned if I need the convenience of smart homes, that would be something I want to ask. And in addition to this, convenience, um do you think that there is a threat that our home is connected to a system which is run by the government, most likely? Uh, yeah, and now more like touching the questions of privacy. If there's a problem or not, in your opinion.
I
And
believe.
like this, does so in one question, does this convenience that a smart home provides worth that may be risking privacy, and also that, like, yeah, maybe risking privacy?
So, in one hand, it's definitely not worth it because, uh, of course, our privacy, I believe, is one of the most valuable things in life. Because on this planet, there are 8 billion people, and of course, sometimes you just need your safe space. You just need yourself, and you, in order to chill in your empty room. And this is what definitely should happen, like on daily basis or just like weekly basis. You know that you have your time with yourself. You are not distracted by any kind of technologies. You are not just distracted by media, television. You are not distracted by other people. You are just like alone, because you need that time. You need to sometimes people don't really consider this as beneficial as it should be considered, because um, like mentally arranging your thoughts is I believe the next level, because then you can actually go on with your life, because you have to get down and talk to yourself. You have to be sure that everything's fine in your head and things like that. So yeah, but on the other hand, I have to, like, how to say this like properly. I believe we already have lost a huge percentage of our privacy due to the technology these days. I'm just like talking about phones, definitely. Computers, television, security cameras on the streets, uh, security cameras in every single public uh, space. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. I believe so. So, but I just don't know like the exact percentage of this, because if we just try to just put this into a sense, like um, living in a smart city, or living in a smart city would be like then more like hectic and chaotic, like like now, or would it be like more, or of course it wouldn't be like less, it wouldn't be like less hectic, and it wouldn't be like less like uh, privacy wise, of course. uh, but on the other hand, again, I believe that in order to protect yourself, in order to have like the security, and to have support from other like uh, people, not like your friends or family, but like from the police, the government, the um, medical institutions, you definitely need to give up on some percentage of your privacy,
Uh,
because you just can't separate yourself from the world, because you need to be up to date about the news. You need to be up to date about the news in your local areas, definitely. And in order to live in this accelerated world, you need to be online every single minute, because this is the only way to interact with people. Just consider quarantine and things like that. If you wouldn't be online, you wouldn't be able to learn, study, get information, talk to your mates, run your YouTube channel, and things like that.
that's.
So yeah, I believe that we should accept this to a certain extent.
I think you very well summarized it, and like um. So I I I, I sort of agree with you as like uh. First of all, I believe it will happen anyway. Like we can complain about it, but it will happen. And second of all, in case of smart homes and the connection to smart cities, yes, it won't be that private. Like, yeah, there will be these privacy issues you were just mentioning, which is not good. In fact, um, and of course, the fact that government controls our private data is problematic and should be so. Like the laws concerning this should be totally reconsidered for working. However, we shouldn't forget about how um, so how actually we can first of all defend our data with law. Like yeah, of course I know laws are not 100% sure points, but still, you can make the situation way better with laws. And second of all, uh, it's not only for convenience, uh, because I was mentioning uh, that it is a realistic question in people how uh, this convenience does this worth it? Does this worth to sacrifice my privacy? But smart homes are not just about convenience, and the connection between smart homes and smart cities are not just about convenience. Um, just take an example. Uh, your smart home system concerns medical devices which track you. For example, your smartwatch, and your smart home gets that data, and that data is delivered to the city data, the smart city center, and your doctors can immediately get information about your current health condition week by week, for example, or even day by day, um, which could mean that they would be um, fastly they will be fastly they could fastly recognize if there is an issue with your health and your health condition, and as we know, if we just think of a lot of illnesses, the key is that doctors catch it in time. uh,
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, of course there are exceptions, but in a lot of cases it indeed helps. uh, and for example, a smart home and the smart city connection could provide that as well. um and also, of course, we shouldn't forget about uh how smart homes and smart cities connection could lead to a better efficiency in work and in career, which is not everything, but still matters because you've got a better environment to work in. You've got a more convenient environment to work in. I think if you are in a more convenient environment, then you are less stressful, and also because of smart homes, you can fastly communicate and fastly travel from one place to another. Um,
Yes.
this is of course thanks to the smart city as well, but the two things together, um, and this would benefit in case of working as well, and that's, I think, also very important. Yeah, you were very much cool. So you sort of summarized the other part, which I just cannot add anything to it because yes, privacy, sacrificing privacy is an issue, and what you've said, that how we need that sort of privacy, yeah, it's a sacrifice. Uh, However, I think in the long run we can live with it. Yes, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Uh, but in the long run, it's, I think, suitable. Uh,
Yes. Yes, I can agree with that. And of course, you have to give up on something if you want to let something new to be born. For instance, um, faster medical help, faster protection from the government, from police, of course.
yeah,
Whether
of
there's
course,
a
police is a really good example too. Because like, just think about it. If there is a burglary at your house, the police is already notified by the time the burglars got in. Nobody has to notify the police because the police got the information.
yes, yeah, yeah. So I believe it definitely would be beneficial. And as I have mentioned it before, I believe a huge amount of percentage of our privacy is already taken away from us. It's a thing. We have to accept it.
Yeah, sort of true. And now I think we've got one last thing which we should indeed consider, uh, and that's of course money and economics in this case, because of course, as for now, smart homes are freaking expensive. To build a smart home, you've got to be rich. Um, and my question, of course, we won't know what's gonna be true, but in your opinion, will smart homes stay for rich people, or can the cost go down? Uh,
I believe that the whole real estate market will definitely change in in the long run. I mean, like 20, 30 years towards the future. So it will take a lot of time and a lot of patience in order to get there. But I believe after a long amount of time, the ability will be actually broadened. And of course, those people who really want to join a house like that, a smart home, they will have the ability. Of course, it's by loans or not. And of course, there are some cases where you just actually can pay for it actually uh, from your wallet because you have that huge amount of money. It's another issue, but I believe in the long run it will be available for those people as well who are not that wealthy. And the reason behind this quite complicated. The only reason because I think this will happen because right now real estate index is at the lowest ever, which means there's something behind the scenes that we don't know about. Of course, architecture, technology, and things like that will be like renewed because, of course, as we consider the time, every single every single sector of the economy should be developed, of course. And I believe right now real estate is one of those which try to get better quite hardly right now because they need to. And of course, due to this fact, every single homeowner is trying to integrate into this kind of system, which is more about smart things and smart homes. So, as like from my opinion, this is what I'm trying to explain that this is might be one of the problems of like that low index of real estate and real estate index funds. So this is one of these, and in the future it will definitely be different. Yeah, I believe so.
yeah. So the thing I can add, uh, is that you have the point in that it will. I believe it will be more accessible than it is now. And it will be reachable for the people who are not that wealthy as well. Um, However, I think now we can only talk about the middle class and the upper class, and
Yeah, of
let,
course,
let, let-
poverty definitely will end this. Like that, there will be definitely a line, which
yeah, yeah,
is the line between middle class and poverty.
yeah, which is as for now, there is the line which is like, uh, still, people who suffer from poverty, have very low budget homes or do not have homes, have to fight for food and water and stuff like that, which is horrible though. Uh, and of course, as for the seeable future, smart homes will not be accessible for them. But I think if smart homes will exist, it can help people suffering from poverty as well, because then the prices of normal houses will go down. Like if
Yeah,
the market
yeah,
of the
yeah,
smart homes
yeah,
will increase, and more
yeah.
will be bought, then normal houses will have less value.
Yes,
and and and
100% true.
and maybe those who couldn't provide a well constructed home to their family can, because that sort of home will be less pricey, and they can afford themselves to buy a house like that. This is just, I think there is a possibility that this will happen if smart homes really got popular, really got
Yeah,
popular. And also, I think you were very explaining the real estate market, and yes, I think it will change a lot because of smart homes.
definitely, definitely, 100%.
And
There will be, it will be a huge banker in like 10 years.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think uh, the, there will be a sort, there already is, but there will be even bigger connection between uh, um, companies that build these type of devices and the real estate market. Uh,
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. You are 100% right. There's one more thing that I like to mention. Of course, this statement that I'm gonna say, I'm gonna uh, tell you.
Express.
Yeah. I know they were just. I'm just checking on the time. We
Oh,
are about. We are on about 1 hour. So, what do you think? Do like poor, like those people who are from the poor should be allowed to join smart homes? I'm quite interested in your opinion because I believe I have something that is different from it.
I think I know what you mean. Though it's a hard question. As in one hand, like I think, um, I
Sorry to
yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but I believe I was a bit harsh with this phrase like allowed to. Should
Uh,
they have the possibility? Yeah.
yeah.
So, sorry for that. Sorry for that.
Yeah. So on one hand, I believe that it is near that people have got the same possibilities, no matter your background, no matter who you are. However, and that's a big uh, bust, and that is, in case of a smart home, I think it just doesn't work the same way as usual homes, and you've got to understand stuff. And people who maybe are not really qualified and not really educated uh, can actually got into serious problems with smart homes because they are not as obvious as normal homes. Um,
Yes,
yeah,
that was like that was like that thing that I was actually interested about.
yeah. Uh, so I sort of believe that, yeah, of course, possibility to everyone, yes, but also
But like through sacrifices in order to get there. So
yeah,
you definitely need to study more if
yeah,
you want to get into those houses. Yeah,
yeah,
we can
yeah,
say that.
and that's something you've got to uh, do sort of on your own. I think. I mean, uh, we could say that education systems can integrate it, but it won't. Like it's a so futuristic thing that they definitely won't teach you about smart homes. Um,
Nah, it won't happen.
yeah, even though of course that would be a solution, uh, but that realistically won't happen. Uh, so I think it's got to be a sort of personal decision that you've got there, and you say that I'm open learning to it. And I think there is also a need for being open to smart homes, because a lot of people already are detaching from smart devices, detaching from futuristic things, uh, which is of course you have free will, do what you wanna. However, I just cannot agree with like these are not devices from the devil. These are not devices which are so bad if you use them. It just gives you better possibilities. Um, and so I think uh, if smart if you want the smart home, then you got to be open to the new technology and to the new, because it is gonna be a completely different experience than normal homes.
Yes. Yeah, I can agree with you, of course. And I believe you have mentioned everything that I wanted to hear actually. So yeah, just to add as well, my that I've mentioned that my opinion would be different, but it's not in the end because, of course, you are right that every single soul in this world should have the opportunity to move on with their life and to gain that specific level of knowledge that every single person from middle class and wealthy class has. But of course, there is a huge warning, and this is the issue of uh, non-educational like people. I mean, like you need to be educated to control these things, and of course, a person from middle class should be educated as well. But I believe, due to the fact that they could participate in similar education, that those ones who are wealthy, of course, until a certain age, they would be more like they would be able to learn and study it like faster, quicker, so it wouldn't be a huge sacrifice from like their point of view, of course. But from the point of view of those people who are struggling with money and who are struggling um with the system, I believe they shouldn't skip from A to Z. They should go through B, C, D, E, F, G, all these steps. So in order to to get to the destination in this scenario, we are talking about get into a smart home as a person from a poor uh, territory of the world. You definitely should not skip stages
Oh yeah.
like regular education, regular education of IT and things like that. Of course, you definitely need those as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like also of course, realistically, these people
don't have
won't.
the ability right
Yeah,
now.
and then won't have the money to buy a
Yeah,
smart
of
home,
course. Yeah,
and
yeah,
uh,
of
and
course.
and of course, I don't think they will be granted to have smart homes. Like, let's be honest, in this system, uh, people won't throw smart homes to somebody for free, because
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because
There wouldn't be any profit,
yeah, yeah,
This word is all about profit,
and
nothing
money,
else.
and which makes sense though. Like, this is a
Yeah,
system we
yeah,
live
yeah.
in, and
It definitely makes sense.
yeah, of
There
course,
and there's
and
something I, I try to add one more thing to
yeah,
this, and of course, oh shit, I just forgot this. Oh no,
oh,
oh no, oh, oh no. Oh yeah, of course, we can actually end this. Yeah,
uh,
just end this.
okay. So yeah, to just summarize our thoughts up, uh, I think we can agree on how both of us are excited about smart homes and open to smart homes. And the technology is really amazing already, and it's gonna develop a lot. Of course, it will face some issues, but it will help uh, people to grow. And yep, the problem of expenses gonna be there. The problems of privacy gonna be there. Um, which sucks. Like, let's just say this, that just sucks. However, all in all, smart homes has huge possibilities to just live in a better world. And yeah, of course, somewhere we can consider how unfair that somebody lives in a smart home and somebody is on the street, which is like, yeah, somewhere unfair. Um, it's a very debatable topic, I think. I don't want to get into that. It's a really huge one.
Yeah.
However, I always think that those who needed to be helped should be helped from the ground, should be helped up from the ground, and have a possibility to start as Patrick was explaining the ABC steps. Um, that's what they need, and meanwhile, technology pushes us forward together as a species. Humans are pushed forward by technology, and those two things, of course, sort of idealistically, can work together. Um, and hope at least we will work more towards this stuff, especially the first one I was mentioning. This
Yeah.
was a very long closure, so sorry for that.
It's good, man.
But the fact is that smart homes are cool, have the possibility, and hope that the issues will be solved. And also, what is really cool is like for us, because we really appreciate it. It's really needed. It helps us, and also share would be amazing. And if you enjoy watching us, then a subscribe is really cool too. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I hope you like this little podcast, which is the season starter. So, see you in a couple of other podcasts and videos this year.
See you guys.